What's going on YouTube? It's me here. We're doing Vintage from HackTheBox, which is another great HackTheBox machine as Windows pen test real life. So we are starting here with Credential, but I am not sure I can explain everything about this machine very well because it was really sneaky machine and I got some skill issues somewhere. Let's jump in. So as I'm gonna say it's just real life Windows pen test. So we're gonna start with Credential, so we are not needing here any running mmap scan or something like that. So let me just start here with netexec SMP. I'm gonna check for this. Maybe we're getting here domain and domain controller, but normally we have to get domain controller here and domain for here, but we are getting nothing. We can just change it with LDAP and solve this issue. It's because LDAP authentication. So we are getting here domain controller is DC01 vintage.htp and for domain vintage.htp. So let me add them on my etc host file before I forget, which is here. So I gonna be giving here dc vintage.htp and for this one vintage.htp, right? So now we can run SMB with DC01 vintage.htp, and as you know, we are getting here Credential, which is Rosa, and Rosa is best for password. So let's try them on SMP if it's really work. We can just give here the username as Rosa and for password. So alright, so I'm not sure why I cannot paste. It seems like not work, but it says our status is not supported, right? So if you're trying with it, like we are just trying end-to-end authentication, so I'm gonna be changed with dash key because of Kerberos authentication, and now it has to be work, and we have Kerberos authentication on SMB. So we can also check here dash shares, and then looking for something new. Let's see. Alright, so we are getting here net login and system wall, which is I think is not important too much. So I'm gonna be checked with dash users. With this one we can available to be get username list, and also if there's any misconfiguration on description, so we can grab some password. So the dash users gonna be giving us the username list, but not full one. So it will be great to be enumerate here the usernames with dash read root, but I will do it later because of I want to be show you something before. Let me just say with them on netexec users.txt, and we can just need to be running here 5 value, and then if you check users.txt, and we're getting here the 5 value as the users. So now we can also try password spray for sure. If another users using his password as his password, right? So Rosa is S123. If I'm not alright, so there's typo, and there's I'm gonna add dash key for sure, and then continue on success for try all users, by the way, and then let's see. It seems like not work, it's only work for Rosa, and then we are also get services arc is account vulnerable to Astra-Pros attack, so we are trying to be grab his hash, but I will do it later. So now we have just able to be get Rosa, but nothing on the interesting on shares. So the next one I'm gonna be changed with the Rosa with LDAP. So if we have LDAP authentication here, so now we can dump BloodHound data. Let's see. Alright, so which is here. Let's try with dash key, and yeah, that's great. So we have LDAP authentication and Kerberos authentication, on LDAP. So now we can dump BloodHound data, dash BloodHound and dash DNS server. It has to be equal IP addresses of DC, and then dash collection collection, which one we want. I want a collection here all, for example, right? So it will be giving us for sure it will be giving us the BloodHound data, right? So but it will be taking too much time to be uploaded on BloodHound Community Edition. I already done it. So now we have P Rosa right now here, and if we're gonna be checked with them, and you'll be see here there is nothing interesting privilege, right? So we are just member of domain users, and the domain users member of users. Nothing seems like interesting, so we can also check here, but nothing seems like, right? So we just learn L Bianchi ADM is member of domain admins. So now we can check cheaper for combustible users, and we got in here nothing. So let's check sraptable users, nothing again. So let me scroll down. You can also check TR0 the high values, which users is domain admins here, or to be goat, and the which users has the most privilege, which is here. So it will be for the go, right? So we got in here nothing actually. So what we can do, so if you remember, we got some user list on -- users, but it was not useful. So we need to be checked here, net exec SMB, and I'm gonna be used here net -rid brutes, because it's important. So difference. Right. So we didn't give a username here. So let me just give p.rosa, and so now we have to be understand what is difference with -- users and -rid brute. So -users is tries known usernames from a list, so it's not guessing. So with this -rid brute, guesses usernames by brute forcing RIDs, so which means relative IDs, so from domain SID. So so it will be useful when we have our usernames, right? So you will be see here we are getting some computer accounts like FS01 and GMSA $1, which is here, and we are just so here they're on SID type user, right? So I'm gonna be copy them, and then let's see. So read brute.txt. All right, so I want to check only for grab-i SID type user, and now it will be giving us the usernames, right? So now I want to print that was maybe 6 value, right? So now I want to cut -d F1, right? So we have to be adding here backslash. It will be giving us the first value, but of second value we have to run f-f2. So now we got here usernames. So full list is here. So cat users.txt, and this is cat usernames.txt. So you can find here like DC01, GMS01, FS01, which is computer accounts, right? So we don't have them on here, so which is great. So now it's about pre-authentication. I think it was on net exec SMB, and the DC01 to vintage.htp usernames and -p for -m pre-authentication it has to be. So if it's on my list, so let me check it for. So maybe it's for LDAP because I didn't use it before, so I just saw on Twitter before I forgot. So it says or is FC01, it has to be work, but it's not here. Let's see. So maybe -key will fix it. Let me see. So it's because FS01 has pre-authentication here, so it seems like not work. Maybe usernames.txt. Let's see. All right, so it's again not work. I was showing on Seriaton the module. So he was release chi for net exec right here. So pre-authentication, yeah. So it's giving here the password and username password. So let me just give it here. For example, if I'm gonna be try FS01, what will be do here? Let's see. Maybe he's telling about it. All right. So yeah. Okay. So it was about FC01 account and successfully obtained TGT to save it. So the cage. So now we got pre-authentication for FC01, right? So this is really important. So I want to be save it as notes. So that's great. Now we have access as FC01, and we can just FC01 and $sign information account name, and then it seems like works. So now we can just change it with SMB. Maybe we have different shares, but I don't think so, but let's just check. We have SMB access and dash the shares. Pretty sure there's nothing interesting, but let's see. So I just want to be verified. Alright, so nothing interesting. So let's go on BloodHound data again, and you will be see here FC01. Let me go on, and you will see is a privilege on output object control, and then we are a member of domain computers, and domain computers can read GMSA password for GMSA 01. So it will be really easy to be doing with on it will be really easy to be doing on so NetExec, if you use, just has to be running here, or BloodHound for sure, the which one you want, right? So before that, I want to also enumerate FC01 more, so I'm gonna be do it on PowerView, by the way. So let me just do get TGT first, to be create ticket for Pirosa, which is here. Okay, so gonna be Ryan Piper Cats, Crypto and T-Rosa is Bass and Vintage.htp, and giving P-Rosa and a domain which is here. So let me just run it in it will be create a ticket for P-Rosa. So let me just export it and looking for keyless. Now we can use PowerView directly for access PowerView, but it will be interactive shell, right? So we have no privilege to anymore on the system, right? So vintage.htp and for username p.rosa, and then dco1 vintage.htp -dcip and dash key dash no pass, right? So now we are in, but we can run who am I or something like that command here, right? So it's interactive shell, it will never work. So but we can also check something important with, for example, get domain computer, and if you want to just check for domain computer identifier, for example, for FS01, and then for properties we can use, and I want all, so we can just use it here. Alright, so it's definitely telling about something on CN, for example, is a name, and there's something like that. And we have SN name here, which is on computers, and we just saw. And when change it as 1 day ago, but yeah, so the bad password time is today and last login is today, so we just know it's it's to active machine, so we know maybe he has some privilege, right? So to be understanding it, so we how we can read GMSA password here, so we just use it here BloodHound, but it's also the fundable on with PowerView for sure, but we can definitely doing everything manually on PowerView, so I just want to be sure we don't have to easily use. Right, so something like that. So I'm going to be exit here. Right, so now we have privilege on GMSA 01, so we are member of domain computer and read GMSA password. So for this one, we can also use BloodHound, which is really easy to be used for to read GMSA password. So for this one, auto BloodHound, I think I was noted it before. Again, it's just bloody AD, so there's nothing interesting, so we can try everything you want. So the red GMSA password is here, and for this one we can use, right? So about this one I'm gonna use, let me just get an error here first, then I'm gonna be fix it. Okay, so for host we have to be give DC, and for domain we have to be give domain name vintage.htp, right? So the zone or user as FC $, and for we have pre-authentication FC01, and get object for GMSA01, right? So we are trying to be grab his GMSA password. So it says our LDAP file invalid credentials. It's because it will never work with an exact LDAP without dash key, right? So we have to be added here dash key also because we have just Kerberos authentication, right? So let me just run it here and you will be see here we got it. So it's GMSA01 hash, right? So not exact SMBDC01 vintage.htp-u and right GMSA01 $for hash. Let me just give it and then you will be see here it's really work. Yeah, for sure with dash key, right? So gonna be save with them as my notes for sure, because we got here new corrects, right? So now we can just go for GMSA01 mission account and what it can do. Let me just scroll down and output object control, and we have itself on services manager. So what services manager can do, we have generic all for user services LDAP org and services SQL. So I'm gonna be using my path finding for GMSA01 to, for example, services SQL, right? And it will show me we can itself group on services manager, and services manager has generic all for services SQL, but it will be not work directly because services SQL account is disabled. And how we can find it, I'm just gonna be show you right now. So the first of all, let's use GMSA itself on services manager. So for the add a member, it's over here, add user to group one I'm gonna use, right? So for this one before get TG2 I wanna use actually. So let me just hashes and giving here the hashes which one we got, right? So let's first of all save a ticket for GMSA01. So let me just run it here and we saving ticket for it, export Kerberos 5 CC name as GMSA cage, and let me run it here klist, and now we are on GMSA cage. So now we can use bloody AD again for add user to group. So let me just add, and it will be on DC01 vintage.htp for domain vintage.htp, and for user I'm gonna add GMSA01 for sure, right? And we definitely don't need it, add group member. So let me just done it here first, then I'm gonna explain. Services manager, right? Service managers, right? So the for user we're gonna add GMSA01. So now we have no need to be giving password or hash or something like that because we save a ticket, right? So the -d vintage -u, and for the password I'm not gonna be giving here anything, right? So we can also use it here -key options, which one we used before. So alright, so the GMSA01 added the service managers right now. So now we can also use for Power View to access Power View here. So but we have GMSA ticket right now, so that's why I'm gonna be using his ticket. And now we are in. So and we can also check add with GMSA on Service Manager on here. But let's check first of all if we are on group. So get domain group member, and it has to be called -identity, right? So the which group we want to check is service managers. So now we're gonna check CNary, Gioiola, and GMSA01 is the member of on Service Manager right now. So now important part is coming. It's because, so I'm gonna be explain. So we want to generate all on services SQL, but services SQL is not on his account is disabled, right? So we have to be enabled first. So before then it's for example, it's gonna say you can run targeted Kerberos, but it will never work. It's because you can just check here with on BloodHound for sure. It was available to be get to search filters of groups, so it was really easy. So let me just use it. So I was using here BloodHound, so dash host, and now I'm just trying to be checked for the user's account control. So it's not attack. So we are using Kerberos -dc-ip 10.10.11.45. And the 4, now we can check with --filter. So which we are trying to be go the object on the class on users, right? Alright, so then --attribute, and which is here, and user account control. So we are just checking them, and then we can continue. IDIT seems like object class user, so I don't think so. I got something wrong here, but let's see. It seems like I have typo here, but where I can see right, so we need to add here get search. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Alright, so now it's working, right? So now it has to be showing us something about the, for example, services SQL and services LDAP, but it's just giving our discount a name, right? So we have user account control, by the way. So it seems like typo here again. So --attribute. Let's see. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Let me see. So we just use it here on vintage.htp Kerberos. Right. Let me just run. We are just getting here discount name, so it's out. Okay, so that's why. Nice. So now we just saw services SQL account is disabled here, so we have to be enabled it first. And if you're gonna be run the targeted Kerberos or get used as SPNs, both are same, it will never work. Alright, so we have to be enabled them first. So let me just add them on. I think I was using here this one, and then we're gonna hear again same issue. So BloodHound again I'm gonna use, and --host, and these. Alright, so dcl1 vintage.htb. So let me just. Alright, so it was something like that, right? So now we are giving here don't recommend pre-authentication for user services LDAP for sure here, because services manager has on the object control on the 3 user, right? So let me just add them, all of them one of one. It seems like we are wrong. Let me just check in here keyless. Alright, so we have to be exported prosa. Right, so let me just edit this, try. No, it seems like no work. I think I know issue. It's because the HackTheBox, you know, the both is deleting our scripts get. Alright, so let me just get domain users here really fast. I want to check get domain users or get domain group member for identify on services managers. Oh, GMSA 01 is here. It's out. Alright, so that's why I think maybe we have to be at bloody 80. Let me just add Pierosa here. Alright, so exported Pierosa cage right now. Now let me run bloody 80. Let's say get TGT again, maybe export it and KLS. Let me just run it here, bloody 80 again. Alright, so it's now worked. So we just changed it here, the cage of the Pierosa, because we are just changing here something about it, and then we have to be changed for sure. So now we services LDAP property flex added on user account control. So let's do same thing for services arc, and let's do same thing for services SQL. So now we can, after we done it, we can run get mp users for sure, right? And the for users.txt, let me just run, and you will be see here we are just grabbed Kerberos hash from services LDAP and services arc, but those are not crackable. So we can just try here. So WM services LDAP hash, but it's not crackable. So let me just run at it, and you will be see here nothing. So why we are not getting here services SQL? The important question is here, right? So I'm gonna be using here Power View again, or well, we can just check it with bloody 80 for sure. So and you will be see here an account is disabled for services SQL, so we have to be enabled first. Then after that we can run the get users SPNs, and then we can grab the Kerberos authentication for services SQL, right? So I'm gonna be add here. I'm gonna be add UAC for services SQL, and I'm gonna be remove for that's out because we have to be remove it. Remove UAC services SQL. Account is disabled, right? So then after that, after you check it, you will be see here services SQL is normal account right now, so it's not disabled account. So now we can check with we check if we are on pro-net authentication users, right? So we can also use Power View here, and then just go on get domain user, and which is not pro authentication needed, so pro authentication not required. You can just run, and you will be see here services SQL has this privilege, right? So for this one get mp users, let me just run it again, and now we are grab services SQL hash. So let me just save it them as services SQL hash, and then Joan services SQL hash -- wordless, and then user share wordless txt, and we're gonna be so it's crackable, right? So let me just add them here, and now we have password, and now we can check with password spray for sure. And I'm gonna use dash key, and then for this one users.txt, and let's just change it with assembly, right? So let me just run it. Alright, so we just saw it's work for c.nary, and gonna check this what c.nary can do. c.nary here, and you will be see here, and we have output object control, but nothing seems like interesting. But if you're gonna go here or members, and you will be see here it's member of remote management users. So we can just go on here and log in as WinRAM with Scenery. But before doing this, we have Cage for Scenery, and then we have to be changing something on our etc service configuration file. So let me just show mine, then just continue, and let me scroll down, and it is here mines for vintage.htb, by the way. All right, so now we can get TGT for PAPI cats for sure, and we're gonna be changing with c.nary for users, and then for password we have to be give his password, right? So which is here. All right, so let me export it scenery cage, and then let me just run it here, and it will be in a RAM gonna work. All right, we are in. Now we can go for desktop, and we got here user.txt. So next part will be here DPAPI. So first of all, I want to continue with what is DPAPI. So DPAPI is the prediction API, right? So it's a Windows feature when users securely store sensitive data like passwords, private keys, credentials, and now it handles encryption and decryption without needing any developer to manage the case manually, right? So the after we just gonna for if it's verified this curb rows, so we have to be goes home word to be verified at it. So let me just go for scenario first, and then it has to be find app data here, but we can't find any app data, right? So but that's not the miss, there is no, we can use dir -forwards, and now we can go app data. So let me just go and the dir, and the important one is here roaming, and then let me just run it here dir and go for Microsoft. All right, so let me just say here dir, and we got here the protect, and the important one for sure, and credentials. So let me just go credential here first, and if you can check here, it seems like there's nothing, but just check with dir -force. So we will get it here, and to be grab this credential. So now you can use downloads, but it says it's not downloaded, failed, but it's bullshit. So there's your file. So the second one we need to be go protect, and let me just run here dir, and we're gonna find SID, and the another file we need here is dir -force, which is here. So let me just download it. If we wonder how we can find it also manually, so we can just check who am I user, and it's here. So now we have the file here, which one, this one and this one. So the first of all, we have to be get a master file K on here, and with giving SID, and it will be giving us decrypted K, and now we can decrypt K to be encrypted with it. So dpapi.python, and the file we need to be give this one, and SID and a password for user, and it will be giving us decrypted K. Now we can use dpapi credential and giving this file and giving the decrypted K, and then it will be giving us the password and username. So that was the dpapi part, which is really easy, right? So right here. So now we have scenery ADM. So let's verify it. I want to also check for all users for sure. -- continue success. Right. It seems like we can go scenery ADM here. So, and you will see here. Right. So let me just scroll down, and we have output object control, and again we have itself on delegate admins, and then let's see what delegate admins can do. It seems like nothing, but we have some members for delegate admins, right? So we can just go for them. So we have member of L Bianchi ADM. So it's just about we have to be adding someone's on delegate admins, and the afterwards the delegate admins we can give service principal name and the doing here RBCD port. So my way will be go on here l.bianchi adm, so which is here, right? So now we have scenario ADM, and then with his we have add self and on delegate admins, so we can add it ourselves on delegate admins. So then after that allow to act I'm gonna use for to RBCD on the DC, and it will be contains for lbianchi adm, so we can just we can just export a ticket and requesting ticket for lbianchi adm here directly. So that's gonna be my way. So let's first use add member of delegate admins. So I want to be add services SQL here because we have already his password. So let's just do it. So now let's check bloody AD again. So I know we did it here before. Add member, right? So I'm gonna be added here and services SQL for sure. And the member of delegate admins, so we need to be changed with delegate admins, right? And let me just go on here and dash u, we have to be give scenario adm and the for password here. So let me just give it and let's see. All right, so it seems like not work. So we did here something wrong. So maybe just remove this dash key and add it here because server's authentication, not with ticket. It says our seems like not work, right? So we can unset server's name maybe about it. We are still getting here error, so I'm not sure where I'm doing wrong. Let's see. Dash key, add group members, delegate admins. Is it wrong? I'm not sure. So let me just grab my which one I use it. Dash DCIP. Wait. So I was using before. Alright, I was using before. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like work by mine's not work. I don't know why. Oh, it's out. It's really out. So let me just check K-list here and export it. And let me use PowerView for login. And I want to be login here as c.nary. Now I want to check for get domain group member of delegate admins. So I'm definitely doing here some type. Oh, delegated admins for sure. Okay, so it's scenario ADM and lbianchi adm it says. That's out. Okay, let me use PowerView again. And it seems like HackTheBox bot delete my. So let me exit. So now we are a member of services SQL. So now I have to be at blood to on the RBCD for allow to add here for DC01 it says. And but we before use get st for sure here we have to be use to be giving us the services principal name. And for this one I'm gonna use bloody 80 again and dash host. So it seems like I use here dash d before. I'm doing some more typo. So okay, so it was something like that, right? So the services SQL service principal name for Then you can just give it here sieves and fake one. So it's important too much that means. So it says our services SQL service principal name has been updated. Now we have to get TGT for services SQL, which one we have already his password. So let me just try, and it says our not work. Okay, so get tgt.python vintage.htp. Let's try with it, and it seems like not work again. So then I think I know this why it's happening. It's happening because of we are in the scenario right now, and we have to be added services SQL somewhere. So let me just add it blood80 with blood80 again. Alright, so it says our entry already exists, right? So we just doing here something wrong. So it seems like, what about this one? Alright, it has been updated, it says, and but we can't get his ticket, right? So let's just try grab his ticket before. It's actually was worked for me, but I'm not sure why it's not work right now. But I think alright, so I think it's on the disable account for sure. Let me just check. Yeah, it's his account is disabled. I mean, services SQL account is disabled. HackTheBox both are deleting or secrets really fast, so we have to be enabled it first, right? So I'm gonna be use it here again. So which ticket we was using here, I'm gonna use it again. Export Pieroza tickets, and then bloody 80. Let me just do. All right, it was somewhere. Let me run it. It's again done, and it seems like it's normal account right now. And exported scenery, and let me just which one we got here. To add group services SQL first. All right, it says already exists. So what about this one? All right, get TGT. Alright, now it's work. So it was not work because services SQL cache was disabled account. Services SQL cache, and we're in here keyless. Alright, so we have services SQL permission right now. So now we can add it here, delegate admins to services SQL. Now we can use allow it to act on DC01. So get TGT, not get SD for sure. Right, so let me just add it. Impersonate user is here is LBNK, so that's why I'm not gonna use it. And let me just run it, and then we are getting here the tickets for export on LBNK. So it seems like works. So now we are the member of LBN. I mean, so we are now the LBNK. So now we can use everything we want. For example, we have my exec to be grab here. Root.txt, right? Or we can also run secret stomp, and you will see here on the LBNK ADM, but with a preview, you will be see here, and you have full privilege. Or with secret stomp, you can dump all hashes here of the domain. So that was great, really great. But we got some error because of the HackTheBox bot. Delete our scripts really fast, and that's all. Thank you for watching.